Hi, I'm Timberly with Living Our Priorities, and welcome to the Better Planner tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to cover the printing options that you have. We're going to go over in detail the pages of the Better Planner and then walk you through how to use the Better Planner. Now, everything we discuss is already included in the starter guide that was included with your purchase, but for those who need a visual, this tutorial should help you out. So let's get started. In this section, we are going to talk about the printing options you have with the Better Planner. As you know, the Better Planner was designed in a simple black and white design to make it printer friendly. The Better Planner is a total of 205 pages. The first page is your cover, which is in a separate file, and we specifically created the cover in color. Your interior pages are 204 pages, but if you print front and back, black and white, it turns out to be 102 pages. So with your cover and the interior pages, we take a 205 page planner and it becomes 103 pages. Now for the interior pages, you will notice you have two files. You have a Sunday start and a Monday start. That is because there are some who like their calendar to start with Monday and some like it to start with Sunday. Whatever your preference, we made both of those options available to you. Now you can print from home and use the pages in a 3-ring binder or a disc notebook, or you can actually print it from home and take it to an office supply store to have them spiral it for you. Another option is to send the files to an office supply store so they can print and spiral it for you. No matter which option you choose, to either use a 3-ring binder, a disc notebook, or spiral, the choice is yours and very flexible with the Better Planner. Now, I personally like to use a disc notebook, in particular the Tool brand. It makes it very easy for me to print as much as the planner I want when I want it and move the pages around freely without having to mess up my entire planner. So the choice is yours no matter what options you choose. That is the flexibility with the Better Planner. In this section, we will cover understanding the pages of the Better Planner. The first page you'll notice is the reference guide. This will be your quick reference guide while using the planner. It's pretty much a Cliff Note version of this tutorial. The next page you'll notice is a key code. This is where you will create a key code for executing and managing your task, as well as a color code to differentiate time blocks. The next pages we have is your vision board. Pretty much a vision board that you could hang up in an office or a room, but inside your planner. This is where you want to write down your goals and the vision that you have for yourself. We then move into the goal planning pages. This is where you are going to plan your goals based on your vision and your dreams. The next pages are the important dates. This is what you will use to note holidays and celebrations. We now move into the monthly section, and you will notice that each month is divided by a cover with a different inspirational quote. And within each monthly section, you will find a monthly calendar. Now remember, the interior pages are provided to you in both a Sunday start and a Monday start, so make sure you're using the one that you prefer. You have your monthly calendar, and you have your priorities this month. This is where you will plan your goals for the month. You also have a project and event planning worksheet to use as well. Then we move into your time block worksheets for the month. There are 5 weeks in each month to account for the months that have more than 4 weeks. You will also notice blank note pages that have been strategically placed throughout the Better Planner for easy reference. In this section, we are going to talk about how to use the planner. And I'm actually going to divide this into 2 sections, setting up your planner and using the planner. For the setup, you want to make sure that you've printed your planner. Whether you're using the Sunday start or the Monday start, it doesn't matter, just make sure it's printed. You want to then create your key code. Now, a key code is what you'll use to manage and execute tasks. A color code is what you'll use to differentiate your time blocks. This is an example of what we've created. You don't have to use ours, but hopefully it gives you a starting point of what to create. Use whatever symbols or colors make sense to you. There is no right or wrong way to use it. The next thing you want to do for your setup is complete the important dates pages. This is where you're going to note holidays, birthdays, anniversaries, or any type of celebration. You will use these dates as you fill in your monthly calendars, which takes us to the next point of your setup. The next thing you want to do is complete your monthly calendars. Now, if you're deciding to use the Better Planner January through December, then that's how you will set up your months. But if you're starting to use the Better Planner in November and it's going to run through October of the following year, then make sure that you complete your monthly calendars accordingly. Now, when you purchase the Better Planner, in your email, we sent you a year at a glance calendar. You can use that to fill in your monthly calendars. Also, go back to your important dates page and note any holidays or celebrations as you're filling out your calendar. So, for example, if you're starting in January, you would simply write January up at the top right corner of the monthly overview page and then fill in the calendar dates for January. In each month, there are 5 time block weekly spreads. That is to cover 5 weeks. We know that some months have 4 weeks, some months have 5. So in either case, we've got you covered. You want to make sure that you also date your weekly spreads according to the month that you're working on. So for the example, if you're doing it for January, then you will fill in your weekly spreads for each week of January. Now, this may seem a little time consuming, but if you do it at first, this will allow you to work through your planner for the rest of the year without having to go back and add dates. Now let's talk about using the Better Planner. We want to first start with our vision board. It's important to prayerfully consider where you want to be a year from now, 5 years from now, or even 10 years from now. You can't start making goals unless you know where you want to be. So don't miss this step. Prayerfully take some time to go before the Lord and think about the vision and the dreams that you have for yourself. Now that you have a vision and a dream for yourself, it's time to plan your goals to make those dreams a reality. Take some time to think about what it's going to take to make your dreams come true, and use the goal planning worksheets to do that. You will notice that there is a page for you to write down your goals. We want you to think about what it's going to take to make your dreams a reality. But then you will notice there is another planning page, and that is to break down your goals into quarterly goals. We have found that when people just write a list of goals, they actually procrastinate because they say, oh, I have the entire year to meet these goals. But when we take our goals and break them into quarterly goals, it actually helps us to prevent procrastination and actually reach our goals. You will come back to these pages often to review how you're doing with your goals. And if the plan isn't working, you change the plan, but never the goal. Each month, you will sit down and complete the priorities this month page. You're going to refer to the goal planning pages to see what goals you gave yourself for the quarter and the month that pertains in that quarter. You're going to write down your goals for the month and then give yourself tasks to do each week so that you meet your goal for the month. You will also notice in your monthly planning, we've included a projects or event planning worksheets as well. Use this if you have a community outreach ministry or say a DIY home project. You want to plan for the month for your project as well, because you're going to use this information to plan your weekly task. At the beginning of the week, you want to sit down and plan your time blocking schedule for the week. I personally do not plan the entire month of time blocking weeks. I plan 1 week at a time. Now with the priority planning, you plan the whole month. You have set your goals for the month and you have assigned tasks for each week so that you can meet your goals. You are now going to use that information to fill in your weekly time block for the week. You are also going to use your key code and your color code to help you manage your time. This is where you are going to see if you are overcommitted, stretching yourself too thin, and the Better Planner will help you decide where to say no to the good for the sake of the better. You will schedule your time, make the adjustments, and at the end of the week, you will go back to your monthly planning and see if you are on track for the goals that you set. And if you're not, or if you're doing better, then you make an adjustment for the following week. Now you will repeat this process every month and every week, going back to the quarterly planning pages and adjust your plan accordingly. Before we wrap up, I have a word of encouragement. Don't overthink, just do. I don't want you to overthink how you're going to use the planner that you don't use the planner. You might even want to try just printing a few pages and testing it out to see how it goes. Don't get overwhelmed with what pens and highlighters I'm going to use for the color code. Just use whatever you have on hand. I personally like the Frixion erasable highlighter and pens because I don't like a mess in my planner, but that doesn't mean that needs to be what you use. Make the planner work for you with whatever you have on hand. The point is, let the Better Planner help you make time for the things that matter most by saying no to the good for the sake of the better. Well, we trust that this video tutorial was helpful in setting up your Better Planner. You might want to consider bookmarking this page just in case you need to refer to it in the future. And if you have any questions that weren't covered, please email us at info@livingourpriorities.com.